Welcome to It's On Halifax with your hosts, Mark Adam and Pat King. It's On Halifax is brought to you by Maladjusted Media and Oasis on Spring Garden Road.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of It's On Halifax, our 1 year anniversary episode.
What?
We have been doing this for a year.
That's
for me,
a whole year.
That's a level of commitment that most women don't see out of me. So you're welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
But I want to start off by saying thank you, everyone who has listened to us from the get-go,
Yes.
and been through our growing pains, our 2-hour episodes, our insane weirdness, our technical
Some of those
difficulties.
are some of the most fun, though.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think my favorite episode was our longest episode at the same time.
The Rob Gillen episode?
Although, it might just be that I was a little drunk.
I think that's why you liked it so much.
Maybe. I'll go back and listen to it one of these days, just to see if I can pinpoint when exactly we got way too drunk.
I'd like to bring up the website and just have a quick run through.
Yeah.
Start the show off with a run through of all the episodes. If you type in website, it's not going to bring anything up. Are you hungover too? God damn it, I'm hungover. I ended up at Noble last night at the end of the night.
You would.
And those drinks are just...
I was in Cape
Awesome.
Breton over the weekend, visiting and everything, having a very nice time. But there's really not much else to do in Cape Breton than drink beer. And just when I thought I could stay there, I thought, you know what, I could get by for an extended period of time living here after living in the city for so long. And then I heard the words, "We only have Moosehead on tap," and then I thought, oh, well, I guess not. And it's not that the Moosehead went down badly. It's just I like to have choices. I got spoiled by city beers. Like I would like a nice white, something with a citrusy nose, something light to go with my Moosehead.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's run through these episodes. Episode 1 was August 5th, 2012.
Wow, and this is back when you were living in Dartmouth at the time. So we've gone through we've gone through multiple locations.
This is our third
location.
Technically the fourth
if you count Emily's house. We broadcast
the 2-week stint we did in the Ham Hand studio,
which I liked. I really did.
It was nice and cozy.
Yeah.
And you were happy because you got to do everything from your bed, Em?
Yes, it was much comfier working from the bed. Although this couch situation over here isn't so bad.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, maybe I'll get the camera and move it around so people can actually see you around the room for a minute. But I'll do that later. For now, episode 1, we talked about the Olympics. Remember that was happening at this time last year?
I don't actually.
This was happening last year at this time. We were talking about the Olympics.
And I like the last sentence of the
episode description.
They may also have had a few drinks. Yeah, we did that.
But that episode was only 34 minutes.
Yeah, so growing pains, back and forth, and then when we go up to
episode 2, which is the following week,
riddled with technical difficulties.
Yeah, a day late, a mic short.
Our first guest, Heather Doran from King's Eden, was that was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And I really enjoyed the interview. We did a pretty legit interview, but also a little silly, which was nice.
Yeah, no, and she's a good person, like just to talk to. She was actually willing to come on the show today, but so busy this week I just couldn't coordinate any of that crap.
Well, one of these days we'll get her back on. We bump into her all the time downtown, so it's always nice to see her around. I still haven't seen her play in a while though.
No, true. But we talked about some more Olympics because they were still going on.
Well, and the Olympics are kind of a big deal when they do go on.
Yeah, well, we also talked about. I think it was episode 2 that we talked about that runner that had...
the Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Who shot his girlfriend to death.
Yeah, that was later.
Yeah, that was
At the time, we were talking about how much he was like my fucking hero, and this and that, like, what a fucking guy. He's a true inspiration. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, and then he got trigger happy in South Africa. But, in his defense, I feel like living in South Africa can get you a little nervous.
That's fair. Episode 3 was the episode we had the Danger Bees. Oh, no, we didn't. We almost interviewed the Danger Bees. They were supposed to be there, but remember their tour got mixed up?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's what happened. That was a lot of fun.
Racist athlete tweets, which I think we've even covered a couple of times, because that happens a lot.
It happens more than it should. That is for friggin' sure.
Well, it happened this week. A guy from the Eagles. Have you seen that video? Drops the N-bomb at a Kenny Chesney concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of
I'll
the
go back there and I'll beat all them N-words up.
Oh, it's okay, Adam. It's the internet. We can say it.
I know, but I don't.
Oh, you pussy.
I don't. I just don't. It doesn't.
I know.
It doesn't feel right.
Sometimes I like to say it just to watch people squirm, especially when I'm saying it.
I don't mind if somebody else says it, especially if it's in context. Like,
exactly.
I don't mind that, but I just can't bring myself to say it. And I say a lot of offensive shit, but I just that word just.
You gotta own it, Adam. You gotta own it.
And I don't feel like I can, so I feel like if I said it, it would come out.
Well, no, but if you're using it in a context that's not offensive to anybody, own it. I mean, people shouldn't be offended by something that's not offensive. I mean, because this guy. Apparently he thinks he's big shit, and nobody knows who the fuck he is, because nobody sees under the helmet most of the time.
Yeah.
But he said, I will go back there and fight all of those niggers.
But did you know why? Did you know why it started?
Because
they wouldn't let
he
him
was just
backstage.
like, don't you know who I am? And they're like,
They wouldn't
fuck
let him
no,
backstage.
get the fuck out of here, you long-haired redneck. I mean, he was wearing a plaid shirt with cut-off arms. At a Kenny Chesney concert. I mean, somebody goes, so he was acting racist at a Kenny Chesney concert? No, like, isn't that a little redundant? He was at a Kenny Chesney concert. But, so racism in sports is still an issue a year later.
Oh, yeah, that's still a thing. August 26th of last year, episode 4, Lance Armstrong. We were talking about the loss of his medals and such.
We talked about Bones Jones as well, John Jones, who still the reigning champion.
Still the reigning champ.
A year later.
Well, the reason we talked about him was because he was into the bar.
Yeah, that's right.
And I hung out with him and stuff, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Dave McMichael and James McNeil of the Danger Bees actually stopped in that week.
Which was a really fun episode to do, because those guys are...
They're hilarious. Dave, actually, he played a live tune.
Yes, and I feel like that needs to happen more often.
Yeah, we should get some more musical guests.
Yes, because it was a lot of fun, and it was a treat for the audience and for us, for everyone involved. And I still listen to their album Wyatt. They kind of came on promoting their new album.
I think if you press play on that CD player, it'll actually play Wyatt right now.
Yeah, it's on my most played on my phone.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of local guys because they're awesome. I listen to My Living Will, Brightview, 7 Mile Stare.
I listen to a lot of them, but Wyatt is just like, I don't know. It transcends local for me.
That's fair.
It's just a good fucking album.
It is. And I'm glad they're in Toronto doing well and having a good time.
And sadly, as things change over the year, episode 5 was Rob Gillen of Armada Drive, who, unfortunately, are no longer with us. Rob is still alive.
The band broke up.
Yes.
Let's be clear.
Yes. Although he I feel, might have been inspired a little by us to start his new show.
Oh, yes, Bands versus Booze.
Bands
That's
versus
happening
Booze. Because basically, that episode was that, more or less.
And it's the guys from Armada Drive that do it. Like, they're all still friends. They just don't They
don't play together, yeah. But we basically sat down and did that whole thing. We just had an interview, got absolutely shit canned, and yeah.
Yeah, and we got totally drunk on that show.
An hour and 40 minutes. So our first episode was 33.
We're up to episode 5.
And episode 5 was 140 minutes.
Then the longest episode is the next episode, Yao Ming's Penis. By the way, Armada Drive was the first episode we actually named. Before that, they were just dates. But episode 5 became Armada Drive. Episode 6 was Yao Ming's Penis, which is a quote from Derek Ord of background noise fame.
Who recently reached their 200 episode milestone.
They did.
Yes.
Very exciting.
So they were very helpful when we first kind of got off the ground. And Derek is always just a really helpful guy, really knowledgeable fella.
And he just wants to help
and
other local people do their thing.
Yeah, certainly not afraid to give you a talking to.
Episode 6 was also the first one that I worked on.
Bam.
There you go. The first episode that Emily joined us for as our controller was Yao Ming's Penis. So
it's appropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Don't look at me that way.
I love the description. Our guest today is Derek Ord. As hosts Mark Adam and Pat King get way off topic.
We don't even really have topics most of the time.
Well, we started thinking we were going to talk about music and sports.
Yeah, that's right. That's funny. But
Isn't
then,
it?
I mean,
It's fun. It's just we've evolved into what we want to do.
Yeah,
which is
I talk.
Shit on the internet.
We just shoot the shit.
I do what I want to do.
I do what I want.
I do what I want.
I do what I want.
And oh yeah,
we should make it so people can Skype you. By the by.
Yes,
that should be a thing.
I really feel like I wish we weren't so busy this week because what a what a revolving door of great guests we would have had for a reunion episode.
Oh, I know. The next episode after Yao Ming's Penis was Barcade with Danny Baldwin from the Halifax Vintage Arcade, which didn't exist at the time. It was an idea in his brain.
Yep.
And now it's a very successful venture.
He's still getting new machines. He's still running Free Play Wednesday, and it's never been more successful. He was recently married to a very lovely woman named Marissa.
He just got married. Congratulations, Danny.
So, yeah, if you're listening, Danny, congratulations. And he's still just helping out. I mean, he's still doing it. Oh, and I wanted to ask you this, Adam, and we might as well do it on air. There's a charity event for a friend of ours who was also integral at building the Halifax Vintage Arcades. His name is Jimmy, and recently was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh.
So we are having a big charity poker. Well, Danny's putting on a charity poker tournament for him this week, I believe, on the 7th, I think.
Okay. We'll have to get more details and post it up on the the Facebook page.
I mean, I would love to get as many people. I mean, we might not have enough table room, whatever, but Jimmy is the most selfless of a guy I've ever met, and one of the most happy-go-lucky, and deserves the absolute utmost in care for he and his family. So,
yeah. We should get the details up so that everybody can participate.
And Danny said, you know what, all you got to do to help out is come and play some poker, eat some food, get a little drunk. I said, you know what?
I can do all those things.
You had me at drunk.
Yeah, you did.
No, he had me at Jimmy, but...
It's all good. It's all good.
It should be fun.
Just the two of us, episode 8. Skip on to that. We talked a bunch about it. There was a bunch of different things going on.
And then...
we called your mom.
I called my mom?
Yeah, except she didn't answer.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because she didn't comment for the first time.
Yeah, and you were worried about her.
Yeah, it freaked me out. I was like, what's that?
One of our most faithful fans.
Thanks, Mom.
Who's always getting after me, which is great.
Episode 9, Internet Vacation. So we talked about vacations in general.
We didn't really do much.
No, that was a lazy week. Then there was the Double Digits episode, where you were away in Japan.
Yes.
And Derek co-hosted.
I spent 2 weeks in Japan, and I feel like Derek did a great job in my stead.
I think he did too.
I've learned a lot from Derek.
That was great. The next episode was My Living Will. You were still away in Japan.
Which was a great episode.
I got to hang out with Jeff and Dan.
And I got to listen to it while I was still in Osaka. So I had fun being a fan for that 1 week.
The next episode was 12, which was HalCon 2012.
Which I also missed, and I still regret it. But that's okay.
But this year's going to be so good.
I know. We get another try. We've all got our press passes ready. I've got my camera all prepped.
Got it all booked off.
And I am going to interview the all hell. I'm going to do such a better job than you did last year.
Whatever.
Which was outstanding, by the way.
The challenge is odd.
No.
My conversation with John Rice Davies has... I'm not sure if that was my favorite conversation or the conversation I had with Larry Hama, where I was like... Because he was the creator of Wolverine and G.I. Joe.
I just wanted to do fashion.
He's like, I wanted to be a fashion designer. I was like...
What?
Because the question was... so you just sort of had a passion for drawing since you were a kid? He goes, nope. I got out of the Navy and I needed a job, and my buddy said, come over here and draw, and I said, okay, and I've been doing that ever since. I was like, oh, yeah, I wanted to be a fashion designer.
Yeah. So you just fell into it.
Yeah, he was like, well, from all the fans out there, I guess I'll say thank you for sticking it out. He goes... Sometimes that's just how life goes. I was like, what?
It's like Orson Welles just being like, I wanted to be a pilot. I don't know how I fucking got into film, but...
Like, what?
Just goes to show, genius comes from a whole lot of places.
It just blew my mind. Anyway.
And then my big return for the Movember episode on the 13th. And last year we had such a great time for Movember. We did a whole lot for Movember.
Yeah, because we did the show on the 2nd.
Yep.
Remember? That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you actually, yeah, because I performed and you hosted.
And Rob shaved me.
Rob shaved you live on stage. So
while I drank straight from a pitcher of beer. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. I got a few laughs on stage, which I felt very good about.
Next episode, we had Fat Apollo on board.
Who, my God.
Oh my God. The name of that episode was Anything with Monkeys is Better. Because that was a direct quote from Fat Apollo from that episode. So that's a great episode. If you want to go back and like listen to a first episode, like if you haven't listened to us before and you're trying to figure out if you want to, that's a great episode
because
to go back and listen to.
At this point, we started pretty much sticking to the 1 hour format, which was really difficult with Fat Apollo, because man...
Well, because you just wanted to ask him more questions.
He's got such stories, and he's such an animated character. And it's easy to see why he chose to be a celebrity, and it worked. For like 95% of the population, I was like, I'm going to be a celebrity, and they would just fail at it completely. Yeah. No, it's... Yeah. I'm just excited that episode happened. Anything with monkeys is better. I got to interview him on the Halcon episode as well, and I asked him, I was like, "How did you become a local celebrity?" He's like, "I just decided I wanted to be." I'm like, all right. Just so happened he just went out and did a bunch of charity work, and that was it. So, well, and this year I'm really excited because at Halcon, the man who played the original Apollo in Battlestar Galactica is going to be there. And he's going to be standing opposite his alter ego, Fat Apollo. Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember. Also, You Pizza Shit, episode 15. Emily was away, and you and I were just hammered. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard than at You Pizza Shit. I don't know why. I mean, because you said... I forget what you said that like prompted me to say that. Well, I mean, we were just talking about pizza. Like we were eating Alexandra's pizza or something. I don't know, but I remember finding it so funny that I couldn't breathe, and it probably just sounds like ass on the recording, but... who cares? Yeah.
I need to go through and listen to all the episodes where I wasn't there, because I haven't listened to all of them yet. Mostly nonsense.
That one's a good one, too. That one was a lot of fun. And somehow we managed to keep it to 1 hour and 2 minutes, so, like, we nailed the timing. I'm nothing if not timely. Oh, yeah, the Honey Boo Boo. Why is that a thing?
That got heated. That was a heated discussion.
Yeah, because the question's right in the title of the episode, which is entertainment or child abuse. See, this is what happens when Emily's not here. Look at the tags. Brad Pitt, cancel, CBA, Christmas, Elmo, Firefly, Games, Halcon, Halifax, Hockey, Holidays, Homosexuality, Honey Boo Boo, IOHPC, John Rice Davies, Local Money, Movies, Musicals, NFL.
I was there for that episode.
NHL. Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, God, like... What
no,
the fuck
go down to the episodes you weren't there for.
Nothing. just nonsense.
Because afterwards, because she keeps tabs and keeps notes and stuff on what we talk about, and when she's not here, I'm just like, oh, we talked about this. I'm just making it up as I go. Yeah. Whatever. Holiday drunk. That was a good one. We talked about holiday drinks. Our favorite holiday drinks, because everyone's got their favorite holiday drink. They go home and they drink something. Yeah. We talked about the murder-suicide of Javon Belcher. At the time, we had tied it to Chris Benoit. Yes. The Mooseheads were fucking kicking some serious testicles at this point. Yeah, that's right. They were killing it. Yeah. And now a lot of them, how many of them have gone on to NHL contracts? I think 5 of them got drafted. Yeah. But there were already some that were already drafted. Right. But, that's what happens in a year. Then we had 7 Mile Stare on the next week. That was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Oh, those boys because there were so many of them, right? We went through all the Care Bears. That's what it was.
That was awesome.
Yeah. We tried to decide who's which Care Bear. Who is which Care Bear? Your loves a lot. We went through all the strange holiday traditions all over the world. That got weird. There was some fucking fucked up shit there. But I feel like they had a lot of fun doing it. They said that this is probably the most fun interview that we've ever done. Because we were allowed to swear and drink beer. I remember one of the boys, he goes to swear and he censors himself, and we're like, no man, this
This is the internet. You can say fuck and cunt and whatever you want. And they're just like, what? We can curse and drink? Just amazed. Yeah, man.
Then we had the gender confusion. That was the one where we talked about gender roles.
Which I think was...
Because Emily was, again, out of the studio. Noticed the tags.
Exactly. And I feel like she would have talked some sense into us and been like, just, no, don't.
There was a couple of whys out of things that week. Remember we talked about baby's first baby?
Oh, that thing is weird.
The pregnant baby doll that gives birth.
Mean the pregnant infant?
And then
yes.
and then the fetus is pregnant too or something. It
Babyception.
Was like, yeah, it was weird.
We need to go deeper.
Ooh.
You were going to make a terrible joke.
Nope.
The Mayans were wrong.
That was December 30th.
Yes, because we survived, because we missed the week in the middle for the holidays, for Christmas.
Well, yeah, 'cause we were all home.
So there was we talking about how like we were still alive, and the Mayans were wrong because their calendar ended on the 21st.
Assholes.
Stupid.
It was weird though because that night that the world was supposed to end, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and the sky in Toronto was weirdly light, and I was like, oh god, the world's gonna end.
It's the rapture run.
And it was another week. Yes, Laurie, you said you were not here. You were away.
And then the new year.
And the new year, happy new year! Also, that was the day before my birthday.
Yeah.
My birthday was the next day. That was where we came back. Because you got the DUI over that.
I did
that week. Yeah.
And so I tell the story about how I was arrested and still on parole. So that hasn't changed in a year.
Yeah.
Soon enough. I feel like the day that I am allowed to get my license back, we should get shittered and go karting.
Was that the episode where we talked about don't do that? Was that story?
Yeah,
with the girl at the ale house?
The ale house. That wasn't too long after I had gotten caught. That was, oh my god, what a story. I can't believe. Yeah, that was funny. Adam just tossed a grenade at me and walked away like an asshole.
She latched straight onto you?
I'll never forget the woman standing next to us, though, because you're laughing while watching me try and deal with this drunken, lovely lady. And you're taking a photo just so we could remind ourselves, just so we could tell the story.
She looks at me. She looks at me, looks at what's going on, realizes it's bad, looks back at me, laughing, goes, "Don't do that." So good.
Yeah,
do you still have this photo? Did it ever happen?
We still have. Do you have that photo on your phone?
It's blurry, but
it's there.
It's in my iPhoto somewhere.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway.
Put that up later.
Well, I'll try and find it and put it up. Oh my god, it made me laugh. And she was just so drunk. And that was it was when we were taking the picture was the second time. We were about to leave, and you walked up to her, and I was like, "Go put your arm around her, take a picture."
And I did,
and
like an idiot.
Because we were drunk.
Yeah, you know.
So it turns out we're assholes.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It turns out
we're just
assholes.
really good at hiding it. Or, I mean, maybe we're situational assholes.
Emily, can you check the chat? I'm just curious, because there were people talking in the chat last week. So let's check that out. Well, give us the next episode first, and then we'll look at the chat. What is the next one? Oh, credit training wheels. Right. Oh. It was Oscar season, so we were talking about movies and stuff. Yeah. We were also talking about the issue of young people and credit cards.
And debt, yeah. And debt in general. The debt culture. And that was the week we shot the sharpshooter video for Danny Baldwin. And basically started Indie Forge Media.
By the way, that was a fucking awesome video.
Yeah, I still show it to people. I showed it to somebody new 2 days ago. And they were super impressed. They loved it.
Well, it's the video I put on the Maladjusted Media website to showcase you guys.
Perfect.
So,
and, you know, we're looking to do more. Actually, we're hoping to produce something for Free Play Wednesday very soon. Kevin and I come up with another idea, and so over the course of the next couple of weeks, we might have a very similar video, but hopefully better. We'll see.
Then we talk. The next episode's Secret Bar. Again, Emily, you're away a lot. I'm noticing.
I don't remember why I was away then.
I don't know, but we went to the secret bar, and then you were gone. So we talked about the secret bar way too much that episode. We gave away way too much information.
Nah.
We talked about
It's still
football,
not crowded,
hockey,
which is great.
Imaginary girlfriends, remember? That football player. That was his name?
Manteo.
Yes.
The only reason I know that is because the Iron Sheik still mentions him on Twitter. The Iron Sheik still talks about the Manteo girlfriend all the time. God, that guy slays me.
Yeah.
Speaking of Noel, in the year following, Jenner has been to the Nationals and the Internationals as best bartender in Canada.
The best bartender in Canada. He competed at the Worlds.
How did he do?
Some fella from Spain won.
Oh, yeah, the Spanish are very flamboyant.
Well, it was in, I guess Spain was like the host country this year, so it was like the hometown boy won too, so.
Boo.
Meh.
Hacks.
Meh.
Breast reductions for everyone. Episode 24.
I forget why that was a quote from the episode, but I don't remember.
I think we were discussing this school who told some child.
Yeah, some kid had to get
girl.
breast reductions
because people were picking on her
Yeah.
for having a large bust.
So they suggested that she get a breast reduction, but she was like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also the first episode we did this day in history.
Oh.
And Fat Apollo joined us on Twitter. Holy crap, where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. You alright? Oh.
Thanks for being a shoulder I could lean on.
Never again. Never again. What's your bacon number on episode 25?
Oh, the gay dog. The guy who beat up or tried to sell his dog or beat it up
because
or
it was
because
gay.
it was gay.
Because it humped another boy
Male
dog.
yeah.
I love the opening sentence for this. Pat King and Mark Adam discuss their week and why Pat is hungover. Can't remember why. Booze and boobs. Nope, don't remember. That's that's a Tuesday for me.
Snow day.
Mm.
Yeah, remember how snowy
Remember when
it was
there
that
was
day?
snow?
Yeah, that was February. Jesus. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Remember when we had a snow fight and then we were all exhausted afterwards?
That was really fun, actually.
Oh, yeah, because we played King of the Castle and I kicked your asses.
We were close. We were so close.
I managed to
down.
take you down the once.
But you went down with me.
Yeah, but that's a win for me.
That's fair. Yeah, we talked a lot about snow. Then the next episode we followed up Valentine's Day. That episode was called Lonely People.
That makes sense. There's an Easter egg in there somewhere.
If you can find the hidden "that's what she said" joke, you could win a prize.
Oh.
There's always so many, though.
No, but I think I said "that's what she said" really quietly, and no one reacted. Like, neither one of you reacted, so I think it just was like...
This is under the radar. Completely. It's brilliant.
Oh, then we had the wrestlers on, the national wrestler, the NWA guys.
Oh, yeah. JB Havoc and
Jackson Fury.
Fury.
Yeah, no, they were good guys.
Wrestlers are insane.
They are, but they were good guys. It was fun to have them on. So that was cool. What else did we do? The Cartridge Family. We Skyped with them. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I still follow them.
Me too. They still follow Friday on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
They still mention us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're just good guys.
I'm really excited for them to come to town one of these days. Maybe for the Halifax Pop Explosion, which is coming up quite soon.
Yeah, the next episode we did was Devil's Elbow. That was we had Scott Asprey.
Yes.
Of Devil's Elbow come in, the lead singer.
And that was you booked the bands for an actual set, like an actual show.
Oh yeah.
Beware the Ides, and that was the week after my birthday party at the Oasis.
Because it was the week before St. Patty's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Your birthday party, by the way, was awesome.
Yeah, it was a rough month for me. My birthday, and then St. Patty's Day, and then just the other usual
regular
shit.
life.
Oh my god!
With the St. Patty's Day, we were talking about possible nuclear war with Korea. Remember North Korea? Like that was
rough.
Actually a thing. That was it was actually like, oh shit.
Kim Jong-un was.
This might actually get serious.
Yeah, oh fuck!
That's not good.
And now we have to worry about Russia.
Man.
That whole Snowden thing. It's always something.
Well, the Olympics are in Russia, and there's a big deal going on right now because of the gay rights activism being shut down.
They're also harboring Edward Snowden.
I don't know the story on that one, so explain.
Well, how do you not know the story? Like the guy who leaked all the NSA files, basically proving that the United States has been spying on almost every country in the world, and basically keeping a library of phone calls and emails and everything for people not even associated with the United States in any way. Basically, any multimedia traffic that goes through the United States has been recorded by the NSA. And he blew the whistle on it. He was an NSA contractor, fled the country because they wanted to try him for treason. And now he's gotten political asylum in Russia.
I didn't know all this.
What the fuck?
A bunch of countries gave him political asylum, and he chooses Russia?
Well, he didn't want to fly because the United States has this thing where they like to basically detain or ground planes that they have no authority to ground whatsoever in defiance of international law.
If they fly over their airspace, probably.
Or any airspace associated with them, or just any airspace at all. They'll do it.
That's shitty.
Yeah, they have a history of taking planes and grounding them when they have literally no international authority to do so. So he was like, you know what, I'm just going to take my chances in Russia.
That's fair.
Yeah, so that's kind of fucked up.
All right, well, on that note, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back, and we'll quickly run through the rest because they're more recent, so we'll just name off a couple of little subjects, and then we'll do This Day in History.
Cool. This Day in History, we started a podcast.
Actually, it was tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up.
The 5th. Today is the 4th. Okay, we're going to break now.
You want your special day to be just right, right? Well, so did I. I called Maladjusted Media, and all the little details took care of themselves. An audio-video setup, photographer, and even a videographer, all working as a team to capture the memories I cared about. Oh, and I saved a bundle by getting them all in the same place. You should try it.
Visit us online, maladjustedmedia.ca.
Oasis, epic sports pub, where you don't have to spend a lot to get a lot.
Hi, I'm Dan Soller from My Living Will. You're listening to It's On Halifax.
Oh no. Where are you going after this? Where is it?
It's Bedford.
Oh.
I'm getting picked up.
Boo.
By a girl.
You dog, you.
You're gross.
You're very excited with this upper respiratory infection.
What about your lower respiratory infection?
I don't know, you want to check it?
No.
What are you doing?
I want to be able to see stuff. Whoa, it went back to not mirroring again.
Camera still on?
Yes.
No.
What? No? Oh, you dick. Holy shit!
What is that?
Holy shit!
Not turning the camera off.
You know what that is? You know what that is?
Your mics are on.
That's a trafficking violation. Not a traffic violation.
Yeah,
Oh my Jesus.
No, it's not. You'd be surprised, actually.
What?
That's possession. It's not.
Really? I thought it to be a lot less than that for it.
Well, if he had them in baggies.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's intent to distribute. That's the difference. But anything under.
Then you know your laws.
Yeah. Well, figure if you're
Says the
gonna
guy.
break
No. I opened this for you.
it- Oh, you sweet.
After 4 o'clock? I don't know.
Because we should have a little drinky down in Noble. Just one.
On Sunday.
Are they open? They're open on Sundays, right?
No. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday from 8 to 1.
Well, kniggets.
Let's go back.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
You're back.
Hi, we're
we're
back. Okay, let's try that again. You go ahead.
Why?
Okay.
But I did the intro.
And we're back.
If you can't already tell.
Holy fuck.
We're back, but we're just not all here.
Yeah, so we were just running through the last couple of episodes, and then we're going to get into some other stuff. Because it's the 1 year anniversary, so we're reminiscing today. It's a year in review.
Yeah, and it's nice to go back and remind, to remind ourselves kind of what we've accomplished. Sometimes I forget, or sometimes I don't go back and listen to our episodes as often as I should. Is it weird to listen to your own podcast regularly?
I do every once in a while. I don't do it on a weekly basis, but once in a while I'll go back and listen just because I'm curious about the quality. I'm curious about how we come across and whether or not we're making any fucking sense at all. And
yeah, that's true.
So I like to go back and listen. So every 4th or 5th episode, I'll go back and listen to the whole thing.
Good.
That way I know, on a whole, how an episode sounds.
One of us is keeping track of shit.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. I like it a lot.
Well, because I also edit it together, so I listen to a lot of it every week.
Well, I guess
but I don't listen to it all the way through.
It's the same with the Classy Nads podcast, and I edit that one, so I end up having to listen to most of it. But we've got a lot of plans for that too. We've taken a hiatus, and we're going to start a second season. Hopefully with bigger and better things and some video and whatnot. We'll see.
Hey, it's all about what you're comfortable with and how you want to evolve. This is what we've evolved into. We've been running this format for a while, probably since really the same format since about episode 10.
And by format, you just mean getting together and drinking on a Sunday?
No, I just mean the 1 hour.
Yeah. I know. Having our lovely controller
Emily, but the 1 hour format. We've sort of stepped away from sports and music, and now it's more of an all-encompassing, hopefully mostly Halifax-based, but we do talk about anything and everything.
Moved away from guests quite a bit. We haven't really been able to book any guests, and
I've just been lazy.
Well, and like we said, we've switched locations 3 times, so it's a little more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the living situation you have to take into account. We don't have a studio yet, but
we did briefly. So anyway, moving on. The Ham Hands Takeover episode. That's where the first episode we took over at Emily's house. We talked about
liquors you can light on fire,
which is always important.
It's a very good thing to know in case of zombies.
Yes. Also, we talked about Kickstarter and crowdsourcing in general, as well as some specifics. We talked about that, and the very next week we talked about the J.C. Penney story, the statement about same-sex marriage, and everybody was all mad, and they were just like it or lump it, whatever.
Yeah, J.C. Penney took a pretty solid stand, and I really like. It's the same day that you stopped hating Justin Timberlake.
It was the day I never really hated him. I tried really hard.
So you just gave up on trying to hate him.
Yeah, exactly. I finally gave up and was like, all right, you're fucking awesome.
You win.
I hate that I love you.
No, you shouldn't.
But I don't. His music isn't for me. But it's just this. It's a style thing. It's not a skill thing at all.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. There's a bunch of metal bands that I totally respect because they're skill and but it's just not a thing I listen to.
I'm not going to come to your house and find you listening to Opeth or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same thing.
Whereas I'm a little different that way. I'll listen to fucking anything, and I can enjoy it too. I tell the story all the time. I went to pick up a friend of mine when I was in film school for a film shoot that we were doing, and I pick him up at his house, and I've got classical music cranked, and he's just like, "What in the fuck is this? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing?" Nothing. So I turn it down. We go on. We pick up some gear. He runs up to pick up the gear and comes back down, and I've got Katy Perry's "Teenage Dream" cranked, and cranked. And he gets in the car and looks at me and just goes, "You are a weird dude."
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, yeah, racism still exists. That episode was right after I'd had a crazy conversation with some psycho
Oh, some racist on the Oasis website.
on the Facebook page, and I called him out on Facebook, and we had a conversation that
Did we
blew my fucking mind.
Did we follow up on that? Was there a fallout from that? Do we know?
Well, his Facebook page disappeared that day
Oh,
because everybody listening basically spammed the shit out of him.
high five.
I know. I shut guys' Facebook page.
Social justice, motherfucker.
Anyway, I'm sure he just popped it open as another account.
I hope
Changed
he
names or something.
Sucks dicks in hell.
But that account, yeah, you click on the account. Like, if you go to my website, I have every time his name shows up, it's a link to his Facebook page. But it says this page no longer exists.
Lovely. And then we got into some heavy shit in episode 35, which we venture into from time to time. We like to have a heavy conversation every now and again.
And I named it heavy shit because it got so heavy.
Well, because we went some pretty intense places. I mean, that was during the Rhea Parsons case.
Right, right. And the benefit for Nadia.
Yeah, which a cancer benefit.
The cure to cancer is found. Remember, they found the cure to cancer, but pharmaceutical companies are covering it up and doing
which
all
I'm
kinds
pretty
of
sure
stuff.
has happened like half a dozen times since the 60s. Which is kind of disgusting. We talked about
priests in Vatican,
the Vatican.
that like the porn.
Well,
like porn.
they keep a porn library at the Vatican. Way to kick the mic at him.
But listen, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fix. Shut up.
A whirlwind of shit.
Shut up. Shut up.
And then we talked about Adam on the Reverb Nation chart, which if you
Oh,
go
yeah,
to your
'cause-
Reverb Nation, still pretty close to the top of that, if not on the top.
I think I was 8th
Oh, fancy pants.
this week, and the week before I was up to 3rd. So I dropped 5 points because I haven't really been active in doing stuff.
Nah.
So
Oh well. And that was the same week that the Paragon closed, which was kind of a big thing in Halifax. Or not the Paragon, the Palace. The Palace.
Which, again, I never went there, and I hated that place, but I'm sad that it's closed because the people that went there instead of where I like to drink. And now they're going to have to go to where I like to drink.
Like the Ale House.
You don't like the Oz.
I hate the Ale House. I'm just saying that more shitty people probably migrated to it ever since the Palace closed.
That's possible. To Boston with Love. We talk about the Boston Marathon bombings. Remember that happened?
Also,
that was a big deal.
way to fit in a Bond reference. Good, nice. Good job. I like that.
Yeah. I do what I can. Mutton Chop Mania. That was the day fucking Pat, you showed up with those wicked chops.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
And for those of you that don't that only listen to the audio, go to our
video archive.
The video archive on YouTube, youtube.com/itsonhalifax.
Yeah, because those
Look
chops,
for episode 37.
Those chops will drop your nuts.
Oh, they were
They were the best. What
were
did you think of the
epic.
chops? Emily, come on, chime in.
I thought they were pretty awesome.
Ah, thank you.
They
I
were
got so
huge.
much shit from women for those.
Very early 19th century.
Yeah, well, you're a very classy lady, so I thank you for appreciating them, the chops.
The next week was Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, I don't want to skip this though, because we talked about chess boxing that week in episode 37, and I'm not letting you off the hook for this.
No, I know. We got to sort this out.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, we do.
this fall.
But we got to move on too. We got to get going here in the episode. We're way behind.
I'll kill you.
I know, but we'll make that happen. We will make that happen. That'll be a thing. Okay, so let's move on. Effed. I get it.
I'm
So the
gonna
next
say,
episode was what are you gonna say?
No, nothing.
Cinco de Mayo. That was fun. We talked about a lot of more pre-scandals and bullshit like that.
Men without maps.
Mother's Day was the following week, and you were in Cape Breton visiting your mommy.
my mom, because I mean, what else are you gonna do on Mother's Day?
That was the first week that Emily sat in as a co-host. So she sat in with me, and we talked about Mother's Day. We wished them Happy Mother's Day, amongst other things. We talked about the Mooseheads winning in the finals because they
were hot all that entire time.
Yeah. They won the President's Cup, and they won the Memorial Cup. Then there was Go Fit Yourself. We talked about that whole thing.
Talked a lot about Chris Hadfield, who has since touched down back on Earth. He's graced us with his presence once again.
And he's amazing.
And he's back in Canada.
He is.
Yes,
and,
he was in Halifax there like a month and a half ago. but only for a day. And I tried to get to talk to him, but apparently I have to go through like a bunch of people, and it takes months and months to get an interview.
They're going to do
guy.
a background check on you. It's going to be brutal.
This man was in space, so that's
so,
you know what it is. What it is. We also discussed everyone's famous Andy Bush's web series.
Yeah, who I've since caught up with, who's moving down to LA to write for Funny or Die, I believe. So keep an eye out for that in the coming weeks. He's going to have a lot of stuff produced on Funny or Die.
Yeah, the next week we talked about Man Talk. That was the name of the episode because Emily was gone again.
And she wasn't there to tell us to shut up.
I know, so we talked about the UFC, we talked about TJ Grant, we talked about video games, the new Xbox One and PS4.
And TJ Grant's still working his way to that title fight.
He's hurt. He was supposed to have a title fight on the 31st of this month.
It's very disappointing.
He's hurt, so he's got to go fight another fight and then try again. Then the Mooseheads Memorial Cup run, which they fucking destroyed. And it was just a straight-up guys...
Yes.
Afternoon.
Although then we go to episode 42 where Emily came back and we talk about your underwear.
Adam's underwear.
Yes.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm wearing a pair of right now.
Your nut huggers.
They're fucking fantastic.
Your banana hammock.
$25 for a pair of underwear. I've never thought I would be willing to pay that before. I bought one pair to try them. I now own lots of pairs. I buy like one per paycheck.
One of these days.
It's bad. They're awesome.
If I wore underpants. Jokes. We talked about Stallone's new flick in episode 42.
Which was good. Bullet to the head.
Now they're talking about making another Rocky movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's too much.
And, well, they're going to be shooting it in Toronto, so I think that's cool.
That's cool, but I think that's too much Rocky.
Nope. Never enough Rocky. Shut up.
Okay.
You're wrong.
Bigger than regular bacon.
Which is one of my favorite titles.
Because you were talking about the farmer's market. We were talking about how food in general is shit.
Yes, we talked about the revelation that a lot of processed foods in...
And Emily was sick as fuck, so we missed her.
That's right.
But I chimed in on Twitter that day.
It's true. She joined us in spirit and in text.
So there was that episode. Long Island dick pic. Remember the unsolicited dick pic that guy sent?
And then he got schooled?
Yeah, because the girl was like, I'm sending this to your mom. So he's like, don't send it to my mom.
In the past week, Anthony Weiner has been embroiled in
another dick pic
scandal. Yeah, apparently
his name just says it all.
Oh yeah, Carlos Danger. That's his name in sexy chat rooms. And he basically stepped down from the Senate saying that he regretted it and would never do it again. And apparently he just continued doing it. And I loved one of the girls that he was sexting was on Howard Stern recently and basically said, I would not want him to run New York City because he's too busy jerking off to run New York City, basically. She said that almost verbatim, and I thought that was hilarious. So, dick pics for everyone.
Dick pics for everyone. That's a wrap. That was the next episode.
The week we shot the bottom, which was very recent. We shot one part of it. We shot the other half more recently. And still editing on that. Should be done soon.
We talked about shaming of people on the internet, cheating people. There was that girl that beheaded her dad because he repeatedly raped her in Papua New Guinea.
Why do we talk about these things? That's fucking awful. Now that you say it, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Why didn't you stop us, Emily?
Then there was the Geo-capture is bad episode. That's a South Park reference.
And Paula Dean's racism.
Oh, yeah, right. And you guys had to explain to me who the fuck Paula Dean was?
I didn't even know who Paula Dean was.
And we talked about Kristen Slaney's campaign to get to Columbia, which has now been picked up by CBC.
I saw that. That's
national,
huge.
So
that's huge.
She's doing really well. Campaign's going well.
Perfect.
I've been following that on Facebook. Definitely,
we take all the credit for that.
Totally. We should actually post another link to that on our Facebook page just to remind people that that's a worthwhile cause. Bill Nye is a badass. That was a wicked episode.
We're getting very
Pat
recent
is
now.
Shirtless?
Yeah, I ran here.
Were you not here? Oh, you weren't
here.
No,
I was on vacation.
Yeah, I usually run here on Sundays. But this week was one of the hottest days of the year, and I threw on a 10-pound weighted vest and a cotton Rocky-style sweatshirt and ran over here. And by the time I got here, I was literally drenched and overheating. It was brutal. So I did the first half of the show shirtless because I'm like, fuck everyone. And Adam was just like, from now on, you bring your jogging stuff and you run home. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Because you were gross.
I was literally drenched in sweat.
I love how the next episode is it's fucking hot.
Yeah, and it was hot. And then we talk about global warming, basically proving our point that it's hot.
yeah, because we were
No bullshit, science.
Yeah, Bill Nye. And then the next week, which was last week, was Pride. We talked about Pride Week. We talked about the Nova Indie Cinema Expo. How much we like Mayor Savage.
Yes, sir.
Chris Brown and what a douche. We talked about the Chive. Plus, tonight we talked about today's episode, which is happening right now. So, let's move on. Oh my God. That took a long time. But that's our year in review, folks.
We talked about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff there.
There's a lot of stuff. So, if you have some time to kill and you haven't heard all the episodes, go back. Because it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, check them out. And check out the videos if you can as well. Because, you know, we're funny people. Visual gags are a thing.
Yeah, there's a fundraiser reading of Kristen Slaney's new play, The Beekeepers.
That was last night.
That happened last night. That was a big deal. So I hope that went well. We shared that on our Facebook page to try and help her out a little. They're Dublin Vinyl, a band in Halifax. They just had a CD release party last night. Or Friday, I'm sorry.
I like that little thing you posted as well. That little card. No, the one below it.
Oh.
I don't need anger management. I need for it to be socially acceptable to hit people in the face. Very accurate.
So true on some days.
Very accurate.
I know. And the only caption I put was, yup. That's meh. Plus, I put out a classic internet moment every once in a while. You see something recirculate that you haven't seen for years.
We call them reposts.
I've been told that's fake, unfortunately.
It is. I could tell the second I looked at it.
I'm
it's
sad
Photoshopped.
because it was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I know. You got to be able to spot those Photoshops.
All rocks go to heaven.
Sucker
Come
born
on.
every second on the internet.
Good.
Also, we're sharing Danny Baldwin's. He was promoting Free Play Wednesday again, which is still going strong. Free Play Wednesday, guaranteed by the hottest celebs to be a fun-filled evening, and he's got a picture of Gary Coleman and David Hasselhoff. And I said,
who, by the way, did you see the new ad with Hasselhoff?
No.
Fuck, it's for some coffee place, but it's him singing on the beach like one of his videos that everyone makes fun of.
I have seen that.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
But it's actually him singing. And
well, I told Danny that I was really hoping Dean Cain would be there.
Also, quickly, let's talk about this. A Mother Thing, that blog that woman writes. It's called A Mother Thing.
Right,
Talking about her kid. She was at a Walmart, and her kid's 2 years old, and
she was joking around, and she put a ribbon on his head.
He puts ribbons on his head. Like, he's a kid. He doesn't know the difference.
He wore her headband to Walmart.
Yeah, so she put her headband down.
Because he threw a fit when she tried to take it off, so she said, whatever.
Yeah, go nuts.
Keep it on.
You're 2 years
She managed
old.
to get the tutu off of him, or whatever it was. Or no, it wasn't a tutu. She managed to... It was a bear or a doll or something that he had. She managed to get that out of his hands, but couldn't get the bandana off without him fucking losing his goddamn mind. Because he's 2 and he doesn't know the difference or care.
Yeah.
So she goes to Walmart, and this man goes, "Is that a boy?" And she's like, "Yes, it's a boy." He goes, "Your son's a fag," or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
basically tears the ribbon off of his head.
Without the
calls him
permission,
a faggot and
slaps him in the head.
And swats him in the head.
You'll thank me later, or something. He said.
You know, I don't know why there was a blog post written about this and not an incident report at a police station. Like, what? Did she not have the presence of mind to follow him to his car and maybe
go read the article. She talks about how no one there was willing to help her, and now
she should have helped herself. Is the problem? It's like, I'm gonna go home and blog about this so bad. I'm like, no, get some fucking justice. Follow that guy to his car. Make sure he doesn't get away. That's assault. I mean, you can't go around doing these things. Blogging about it on the internet isn't gonna fucking help anybody.
She does post an update that talks about that. Like,
Good.
you want to read through it. About the
I haven't read the update, so that's cool to know.
I'm glad that she followed up and didn't just write an angry blog post about it, because that's a big problem with the world today.
There was a comment on that particular post that we made there from a girl named Nicole.
Yes,
She said, I would have lost it. Management of the Walmart and authorities would have been notified because that man had no right to degrade or touch that child, whether he physically hurt him or not, he did not have permission.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't just go around grabbing other people's
It's bad
kids.
enough to touch people when you don't have permission, but when it's a child and you don't have the parents' permission to touch that child, like, people get pissed off if you pet their dog without permission.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at a kid the wrong way, and the next thing you know, somebody's knocking on your door. To basically swat a kid in the head, take something from him, and call him a faggot is like, what the fuck? To me, it's beyond all reason.
And he said that he told the mother that he will get shot someday.
Yeah, basically he deserved to die
so,
because he was
uttering
gay.
death threats. That's you're adding a whole list of legal offenses there. I mean, this guy should be put into a prison. He's so fucking ignorant. He's separated from the general population.
There was also this other video.
It's like Santa
taking it a little lighter
for your vagina.
It's a tampon commercial.
Basically, it's a
awesome.
What's it called? It's something about my cycle or
No, it's something flow.
Oh god.
yeah, my flow or the hell's it called?
Hello
Flow. So it's, I guess what it is it's a service that mails you feminine hygiene products based on your cycle, your menstrual cycle. So I guess that's what the commercial's for.
That's creepy.
But it's this 12-year-old girl.
It's actually very convenient.
I'm sure that the product is great, but the commercial is creepy as fuck. The Camp Gyno is what the commercial.
Gyno. It's short for.
I thought she said gyno.
No, it's gynecologist.
I know it's short for gynecologist. But
gyno.
I thought she had said in the commercial they call me the Camp Gyno.
No.
No, which I thought was creepier.
Are you serious? The radical transformation after she gets the red badge of courage. What the fuck?
Basically, she gets her period first at camp, and she's so excited that and other kids are like coming to her, and she's like, "You come to me for these," and she's like handing out tampons and stuff. But then her job gets taken because Hello Flo is sending all this stuff to these kids.
It's funny,
which is kind of creepy because how long are they at this goddamn camp that they're getting them?
A lot of kids go to camp for like the whole summer.
That's a long.
6 weeks,
time.
6 to 8 weeks. I had a lot of friends who left for the whole summer.
God.
Anyway, most women that I know, and women all over the internet that I've been reading, love the commercial. It's hilarious from our perspective.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was just like...
I just find it funny that
it's not funny to someone who doesn't have a period, frankly.
Yeah, I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, she's 12. She should not be so...
Yeah, but that's also because most tampon commercials don't talk about periods.
Well, that's
and
fair.
How they actually are.
I don't think I'm comfortable listening to a 12-year-old say the word vagina, let alone the quote, "It's like Santa for your vagina." That put me off.
I mean, I feel like
it caught me off guard.
Going through that for the first time as a kid. I mean, if blood started leaking out of the tip of my penis, I would lose my ever-loving fucking mind.
Well, that's not normal.
Yeah, that's true, and this is normal, but it doesn't make it any less of blood coming out of your genitals.
Yeah, and it sucks, but
women, I don't know.
Okay,
let's give credit to women because if I bled from my junk, I'd never leave the house.
Yeah, I would freak the fuck out.
I'd never leave the house.
And you know what? I was going to say the fact that
Would you like to go get some drinks tonight? Fuck no, I'm bleeding from my dick. Thank you.
The fact that they call it the Red Badge of Courage, I was going to comment, because the Red Badge of Courage is one of my favorite novels of all time, written by Stephen Crane, a great turn-of-the-century American novelist. And it means a wound that you suffer in war. And I thought, isn't that a masculine thing? And to call it the Red Badge of Courage, I mean, what's so courageous about, I got my period? But then I just think, like, if I bled from my junk, I would turn into a whimpering child. I would go to my mother crying, like, what is happening?
This is exactly why you guys are uncomfortable with the commercial.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's no way. You would not get me out of bed.
Yeah, so let me...
Nope, I'm bleeding from a place I should not be bleeding from. I did nothing. I am not cut. I am not injured. Yeah, I am just bleeding.
It's coming from inside of me.
I'm going to stay right here. Go fuck yourself.
Call an ambulance. Call house. Like, get somebody on the phone. Yeah, it would be bad. It would be awful.
No, thank you.
You know what? I'll take
You know
a
what,
punch in the
ladies?
face any day, but
You know
I
what,
start
ladies?
bleeding from my dick.
You can have your menstrual cycle. We don't want it.
You know what? And I thought it's just now I've realized it's just a different kind of courage.
Oh, wow. Alrighty then. So, moving on.
That's about time, but we could do this day in history, but really I don't think anything's going to trump. Oh my god, is that a bear?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I like that. It's a bear. It's a picture
Ooh,
of
a squirrel.
It's a picture of a bear in a pool, and it says, "You build houses in my woods. I swim in your tiny lake." P.S. Where are the fish?
It's got to be bad for a bear with all the chlorine and shit in there. Still, bears are sweet. I pet a bear once.
I fed a bear.
Me too.
What?
Yeah, you go to the Oaklawn Zoo. They let you feed them little peppermints.
Is that safe?
I got to feed
Yeah.
him I got to feed him a half a chicken
Sweet.
because I was the tallest person there,
Right.
and they were
You
like,
gotta reach up over the fence.
Yeah, because they wanted the bear to stand up, so I put the chicken like through the fence at the very top as high as I could reach, and the bear stood up and ate it with his face like as high as I could reach. His face was there.
Yeah,
that's how big this bear was.
Bears are huge. They're like furry tractors. Nice.
They're like furry tractors.
They're huge. I love them.
Okay, all right.
We should take a trip to the zoo someday.
Oh fuck! When I hang out with you, I feel like I'm at the zoo.
We should take this motherfucker on the road one day. Just get some gear that we can use to travel and like go to the motherfucking zoo and record an episode. How sweet would that be?
You know what? I'm down. We wouldn't be able to broadcast it live.
No,
But
it'd be a bitchin' episode.
And we could put the video together. Like,
Well, and think of the time we did one video. You did one video. I wasn't here. But the Halcon thing, think of how sweet the video is going to be this year. Because you got myself and maybe Kevin. We're going to try and like...
yeah, because last year I shot the whole thing on my iPhone. I got James.
No, try
no.
again. Josh. It's okay, buddy. Josh from the Classic Nads podcast shot the episode. But
He did, and he did a fucking amazing
He
job.
did. It was great.
And the fucking phone was overheating. That's how much recording we were doing. Like, I had to delete all of the music, all of the videos, all of everything off of my phone to make space for how much fucking footage we got. And it literally, at one point, the phone was like, nope, you're done. I'm hot. I'm shutting off. And it shut off. And it wouldn't turn on. And when you tried to turn it on, it actually came up, said, overheating, must cool down.
It's just, yeah.
Like,
no,
what?
no work today.
He's Cinco de Mayo.
No, we no,
No
work.
work today.
No,
No.
not today.
No. No.
Lovely.
Anyway.
I've had lots of fun.
No, yes, agreed. This has been a fun episode. Happy 1 year anniversary to us.
Thank you, because
Happy birthday to us.
we wouldn't have been doing it for a whole year if people weren't listening. So
Happy
it's-
birthday to us.
we're gonna go and get drunk.
Happy birthday, we're gonna go get drunk. Happy birthday to us.
You're weird.
I know.
Hopefully, we will see you next week.
Oh my
We
god,
will
please come back. I'm
start
sorry.
A whole new year.
A whole new year. A whole new
4
year.
more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
6 seasons and a movie.
6 seasons in a movie. Bye.
I think we can just cut it off at 6.
This episode of It's On Halifax was brought to you by Maladjusted Media and Oasis on Spring Garden Road.